Hello, hello. I'm live, y'all, just to let y'all know. Hello. It is High Priestess Jamila. Have I been here today? I don't think I've been. Was I here today? I may have been here earlier today. I don't even remember, y'all. I don't think I have, though. How y'all doing this evening? Dang, I already got a thumbs up. Thank you. So, just say before I get started on my discussion, let me just say what I think and what I feel about these upcoming YouTube changes. I think you have to go into the settings. You can't really necessarily do it from your phone unless you have like the real desktop version of YouTube pulled up on your phone. But you have to go into your settings and you have to put if you make videos for kids or not. So you just have to make sure that if your stuff is not, I guess, kid friendly, that you put that on there. So, everybody's talking about it because, people are mentioning the $42,000 fine. I'm sorry. I just think that people are worrying too much. I guess it would have to depend. I'm sure that they're probably more so talking about advertisers. Maybe because I couldn't imagine a content creator that's probably not connected to, WGN or PBS or somewhere. I can't imagine that like a small YouTuber is going to get a bill from YouTube for like $1 billion. Like, no, that's not going to happen. I think some people worry too much about certain stuff, but people, I could just sense people and their nervousness. Like, oh my God, am I going to get a $42,000 fine? No, you're not. I wouldn't even worry. If you worry or fear it, then it could happen. I guess it would have to depend on what type of stuff you're putting up. Anyway, y'all, I was watching Carrie earlier, and it dawned on me to do this hangout about what religion is doing to people. That's why I put the picture of Carrie's mother in the thumbnail. Good old religion. Gotta love it, huh? The mother in the photograph felt that life was a sin, sex was a sin, taking showers was a sin. She felt like everything was a sin. Oh, I should have just got rid of you when I first had you. It was such a sin, and you come from the devil. And it's just like, what in the world? Now, Carrie did have special powers, which further adds to the craziness that religion can do to people. It really does. And to me, it's against God. The way I see it is that it's against God because I feel like God created us the way that we are. Also, God did create the devil. I don't believe in, you know, sex being a sin. And, because, that lady was crazy from the beginning. She wanted to kill that little girl. And so people will say, oh, well, you can't blame it on religion. That's just crazy people. Well, I'm sorry. She is reading from a Bible that actually mentions and references parents killing their children to prove their faith in God. So, and then people will say, oh, well, that had nothing to do with it. That's just a book. But it's still a very supernatural, powerful book of spells. So that is a book of spells. Like that lady in Carrie, she was in a deep religious psychosis. What's up, Mary? Okay. Even spiritualists call it a spiritual psychosis. some demon that told this lady, but the Bible told me that when I had sex, he put that dirty thing in me, and then you came. And it's like, my God. If y'all don't see that something is wrong with that, then I don't know if I want to keep sharing a planet with these folk. I'm sorry, something just isn't, something just, but yeah, that is what religion creates is, crazy people that have crazy ideas, people that interpret the Bible however they want, which I don't even feel like it's all about an interpretation. I think that the Bible tells you exactly what the hell to do. Kill witches, kill all psychics, kill and children that were born out of wedlock, kill, kill, murder, murder, kill, kill. That's just the way that I see it. And I think that it's a nightmare, living in a world where people actually would be silly enough to believe in that, you know, and to actually use it as a way of life to where you're following your daughter around. And see, the mother was a witch as well. Carrie's mother was a witch. She was at home doing rituals. And remember when she told Carrie, she said, they're all going to laugh at you. Of course, the mother did curse the child. So that this is what that religion does, I mean, that's really the only way that I can see it. Mhm. Well, I mean, Mary, that it says straight up, that it just, I don't know, like that's just like there's another movie called oh my God, it's about a lady. She's married. Her and her husband live out in like this farmhouse. He jumps up and all of a sudden and tries to murder all five of her children. Can't think of the name of it. I cannot think of the name of it. It's not, it might be Baby Blues or something like that. But right before she snaps, they show her sitting out in the field reading the Bible. And she's literally quoting Bible quotes to her children while she is going after her kids. She's reciting Bible quotes. Okay? And some of those Bible quotes did come out of the Bible and instruct. I mean, so I don't see how we can even argue about this anymore. Like, it's so bizarre to me that, and it's like, are you kidding me? I'm surprised. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Christians are lucky that religion has not been banned. Okay, that they're lucky, and there's a reason why it hasn't been, because that religion can be a source of peace for a lot of people that are going through their spiritual journey. But I think that I think we're going to they gonna end up doing that, because I mean, this is one of the most violent books. I mean, they talk about dashing children with rocks. Tells you that sex is dirty and that it's a sin. I think sex can be dirty if you're doing certain things that we know ain't right, like getting down with little kids or trying to be with your parents or your kids. Okay, that's a sin. But sex between a man and a woman, that's not a sin. That's normal. I believe that being told that normal sex between a man and a woman is a sin is probably what started to pervert a lot of people. It's probably what perverted a lot of people. It's like, well, you say we can't have sex with each other, so I'm going to go and have sex with a goat. There's men out there that will do that. And, there's women out there that, Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I believe that, things like bestiality and pedophilia, all of those are, to me, in my humble opinion, are side effects of religion. Because I believe that I believe it's complete opposite. Everything that the Bible tells you that isn't already in your good senses, but stuff like that, it's kind of like a no-brainer. It's like, okay, we wouldn't exist if it were not for sex. We wouldn't exist. So then another thing, it's all about that born out of wedlock shit. Y'all know I don't get down with that. I tell a man, I'll never marry you. Never. They used to force women to get married. I'm kind of too old now. Ain't nobody gonna be trying to force me to marry him now. It'll be true love at my age. But back when I was a youngster, you know, what's up, Neuro Lay? So that's what religion does to some people. It just, the sad part about it, you know, I think that it's made a lot of people sick. Y'all can y'all agree with that? Hit the thumbs up if you agree that religion has made a lot of people sick in the head. How do we know that religion wasn't created for financial reasons or for somebody else to feel that they have more power or to take away your power, And for me, you know what, guys? I'm depending less and less on my deities. I'm depending less and less on my deities for a lot of things now. Okay. And you're supposed to get to that point. Like, I just don't agree that you're supposed to be the sheep being led to slaughter and that you're supposed to just accept it. So that lady was crazy in that movie, Carrie. When you listen to the conversation that the mother was having with her daughter, and this is a Christian woman, you are patriarchal. Okay, now you may not be a sick Christian woman like that. Not saying that all Christians are sick. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying that what it can do to people and their minds, and it can pervert their minds. Okay, because she was saying to her daughter, she was like, he put that filthy thing in me. And it was sin. And it's like, girl, you need to go have a drink or something. You want a margarita? Damn. It drove her nuts. Religion drove that woman nuts. I agree, Neurolay. It is scary. And I that it turns people into zombies is what I believe. I believe it goes even deeper down the rabbit hole than that. Okay, especially when you literally believe in something that is so ridiculous. Like, and your brain is shit that affects your brain, that affects everything that you think about. It may affect the way you perceive stuff. I mean, this can actually be very scary in a lot of cases. And imagine for poor little Carrie, and her mother was a witch. So the mother, actually, Carrie supposedly had gotten her gifts from the father. But in the original Carrie, you can tell by the mother's odd and bizarre behavior. I mean, when Carrie came back in from going to the dance, the mother was like posted behind the door like a crazy, like a demon. Like, what is wrong with this lady? And it was all because she was wrapped up in religion and God and Jesus and this was a sin and that's a sin and don't do this and don't do that and oh my God, I'm going through, and it made her a social leper. Remember when she was working? She had a job. She had to work. She's working at the dry cleaners. Lady came in having a normal conversation with her, and she takes the little thing, the seam ripper, and starts ripping at her leg. And so that lady, really, really needed probably some medication, and for somebody to tell her, like, hey, listen, you can't live like what this Bible says. You realize that you cannot live like this. You won't live. That's why her and her daughter died. Now, I'm not going to, if Carrie's mother was my mother, I wouldn't have died. I'd have got up out of there. And you know what? I think they should make a Carrie Returns. They should like somehow find the remains of her dress and it like make it like a haunting or something. I think because I really do like that movie, but it just, and yeah, supposedly religious people don't go crazy like that, but they do. They do. We hear about it in the news all the damn time. We hear about crazy stuff that religious people do all the time. I'm not going to get all the way into it the way that I could because I don't want no demons attacking me tonight, which y'all already know. Okay. The crazy, deranged, vile stuff that they can do. What was that other show that we were watching, American Horror Story, when those Satanists were doing their religions and stuff? And that's literally what a ritual sacrifice ritual would look like, literally. And it does conjure a lot of dark power and a lot of suffering because there's something that's possibly being fed, that energy that comes from the human being that's suffering and in pain and being killed, or maybe their life force is being used for something, so I'm not saying that Christians are because when I don't know, some religions that I see, they were created out of other religions. It's still not any sort of free form way of thinking. Okay. Like, I feel like we as humans should just wipe the damn slate clean. Just wipe it clean. Everybody needs to be cleansed. I'm going to call for the rain to come down everywhere. What if it rained all over? Just one day it just rained everywhere. Would y'all think I was God? What if it do that though? Like a strange thing happened to everybody. It rained everywhere for at least 20 minutes to cleanse everybody, give them a clean slate so that there's not all of this sickness and then people are sick, and then you got people. Here's the real kicker. Her mama was accusing her of being a witch while using witchcraft. I don't understand it. Like it takes away any sort of formal thought process. It's very barbaric. Very barbaric. The woman was barbaric. Even though she was doing the little sway thing coming down them steps, boy. Hmm. You think that it's all mental illness, Neurolay, but the religion, you don't think that the religion could have caused the mental illness? Like, there are some people that were raised religiously and they have a great deal of trauma that they are dealing with. What's up, Orion's daughter? How you doing? Grand evening to you too. So yeah, I mean, you're right, but how do we know that the religion isn't creating the mental illness? I mean, it is a Bible that people read from that tells you all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, how do we know that religion hasn't created some sort of worldwide hysteria? How do we know that? So, like, yeah, isn't going to be mentally ill. Like when I was a child, when people would tell me stuff as a child, I don't really believe that. I've always been very opinionated. Ask anybody that knows me. I've always been very inquisitive and a deep thinker. And I don't hurt and harm people. I don't hurt animals. I don't have a sick, sadistic need to harm people or see people hurting. Like if I think that you're hurting out, and even if you did something to me, I'll be like, "Are you doing okay?" I'm a very empathic person. At the end of the day, I'm still an empath and I'm still a healer. But you got to think about it. I mean, it does say in the Bible, put witches to death. That's barbaric, in my opinion. I mean, maybe it's because I've got paid. No, that to me is just barbaric. I think that there's a much more peaceful way of living. And I think that we have lived very peacefully. Right, right. Fanatically religious parents or guardians. But you know what, Mary Lee, there's a lot of religious abuse going on that we don't even know about or hear about. But if you go and search, you will see different stories come up. These parents will put their children in religious programs and stuff. They'll put them like they'll give up parental rights to like a religious organization if they feel like their child is not doing what they want them to do, or if they're gay, or maybe if they're practicing witchcraft. You know that there's kids that have ran away from home, people that have kids that have been put out of their home. They don't really know any other way to go but religion. But then once they get on their feet, they realize starting you start to notice that something is strange about that. Like, in my opinion, it's strange. Oh yeah, absolutely. And then some of the personality disorders and stuff probably came out of that, because if you teach, like, I would never want to teach that to my children. Like when churches be like, bring the kids in for Bible study, I'll be like, I run in the other direction. I don't want my kids learning about the Bible. Not as a little kid, maybe when they get old enough to, but as a kid, you're going to fill your kid's head up with murder, murder, kill, kill. Oh, well, that's just the adult version. Let's teach the children the good verses out of it. But how do you know that the good verses are not encoded with language to program your child anyway? How do you know that? This is a book of spells. Because we believe in Jesus. It's like, well, yeah, but I'm just saying, everybody has the right to raise their child the way they want. Y'all may think I'm raising my children wrong. I teach my children witchcraft. I teach my children how to meditate. Now, I teach my children how to play with crystals and rocks. Okay. Now, I guess a religious person of the devil. Well, I'm sorry, you just read a text out of a book instructing people to kill little kids. Oh, but those kids were another race of kids, so that didn't matter. Yeah, it did matter. Those were still innocent people that got killed. So I'm sorry, like it's like common sense, and I think that sometimes people can lack. So as a parent, I swear to God, is if I ever left my child somewhere and they started to teach my, and you know what, I was doing it all wrong. Now I know why I was going through some changes previously. I was sitting, I was, when I had first started homeschooling my children, I was teaching them stuff out of the Bible. And that was years ago. That was years ago. And Spirit hurried up and stopped me. It was like, That's why they took it out of the school. That's why they took religion out of schools. What's up, Triple Darkness? And they know that religion is teaching kids hate. It's teaching people hate, love for God and hate for everybody else. That makes no sense. That's not the I can trust me. That is not how God really feels. I'm just telling y'all, just in case y'all confused. And why would God need sacrifices? For what? Why would God need something that he created? I'm God, but I need you to sacrifice your brother or your sister. What? Wait a minute, you're God. Don't question me, damn it. Sound more like the Wicked Wizard of Oz to me if you catch my drift. So whatever that to me that is a negative entity that would even tell you that that's not the true God. God is like, why would I need you to do that? I created you. I created the entire heaven and the earth. Do you know how big of a job that is? And you mean to tell me that you people are actually believing this? And that now everybody's obsessed with death and when is the end coming? The end already came. Hello. It's came and gone, and it had nothing to do with what you thought it was. It wasn't going to be an apocalypse or an Armageddon in that way. So we're here now, and now we're stuck in the afterthought. It's kind of like, okay, well, is this translating well for you? Like, you do realize that this is, first of all, even if people lived like that during that time. So I kind of think that religious people are in a time warp. These people, because that Bible was written so long ago, that was how one civilization lived years ago. Just saying, you know. I agree, Orion's daughter. I felt it. I felt it. But it wasn't in that context. It was very different. And I at this point, we're just beyond that. Now, what I will tell you is that it does feel as though we're in between worlds right now. Like, and that is, I'm not just saying that because I'm a spiritualist. I've been feeling this since 2012. I've been feeling like that. I've been feeling like something going on, you know? Well, I do have a personal relationship with God, but I just don't choose to go that route as far as with that is concerned. And I'm not being judgmental, but I mean, come on, like that's got to be an obvious concern for religious people that believe Neurolay. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. Okay, religious people that believe in the Bible, because I believe they believe in the Bible more than they believe in God. They actually believe that sex is a sin and that human reproduction is a sin. This is not nature. Is that clear for you? Can I get an amen? That's not nature. I agree, Robert Short. Yeah, I agree. Tarot is very deep. Using the tarot cards for divination is very deep as well because y'all, I have seen spirits pop out of the cards and show me things. I have seen the cards all of a sudden optical up in the cards. That's why I like to read my cards in the candlelight a lot. Right, right. Yeah, absolutely. And so yeah, I do believe in God, but I don't believe that God wants us to live the way of the Bible. I just don't. And then y'all also know that I believe that God is a woman. I believe it's a feminine energy. I'm sorry, maybe it's both, but so this whole context of saying God is a man and you have to accept that. And so it's kind of like, no, I don't accept that because people are suffering because of this belief system when we could live in peace and harmony with each other. Is it anything wrong with that? No, it's not. That's why people are so conflicted. It's because very early on there was some sort of religious programming, and religious programming can be a part of your bloodline. So a lot of us are born into that, and so we're gonna be working on this during the solstices heavily. So I'm because I believe that it's time for expansion. I believe that people should expand their thought process on that, so that because and you know what they did, it shifted to veganism. It did, it shifted. So when they gave up on creating peace amongst humans, they said, well, let's create peace between humans and the animals, which I believe is very important as well, because the day I move into my place, I'm going to be on a vegan cleanse. I'm not going to stay vegan forever, but I'm going to be doing a vegan cleanse, and I'm really excited about that. So because I believe that veganism is good for every once in a while. Okay, I believe that you should definitely have some sort of meat dish, okay, at some point. Okay, that's just what I think, especially with the electromagnetic fields and stuff, and because of that and technology. I think that making sure that you have a good source of B vitamins and iron is essential, is what I will tell you. Your body will hold those things in reserve. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a vegan cleanse, guys. I'll be juicing and just eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. I'm not gonna do raw veganism. Mm-mm. I am gonna eat raw stuff though, like all juices and stuff, but I'm gonna cook my food. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do that for probably like a month or so to clear out my system and everything. But I think that as human beings, and it is gonna be a part of my ascension process. I do believe that I need to cleanse for spiritual reasons as well, so that um and I do feel as though it is, well, I don't feel, I know it's going to make a huge difference in how I feel. It's going to make a huge difference in everything. And so I'm going to start with cleansing. I'm not even really going to necessarily start with exercising, but mainly cleansing. So, and then because I think it's going to be a part of my spiritual cleansing of, that religious stuff. I feel like everybody should cleanse every once in a while, whether or not you do like a water cleanse or fast or something. I'm not going to be fasting. I'm going to be still eating. I'm going to be eating cauliflower, broccoli, all sorts of fruits and vegetables, mainly veggies. The problem with the Bible is it touched too many corrupted hands that manipulated it to control the people. Yeah, you're right about that. Well, and you know what? I feel like this, no matter what version of the Bible you're looking at, it still seems very barbaric to me. And no, I would never believe in just killing somebody because they were born with a spiritual gift. I don't believe in that, because there are spiritually gifted people out there. Yes, they are. And, some of them may even be a nuisance. Some of them may even be. I know the one of the most powerful women that I know, besides my grandmother, is my mother, and her having a spiritual gift is a nuisance. Because she doesn't really know what to do with it. It's because and it was weird because she encouraged me to, like, she knew my mom was the only person that knew I was practicing witchcraft because I was doing it in her house. Like, my mother knew it for years, like years ago. she knew it, because of course my mother went through my stuff, and she would sometimes come in, open up the door. I'm sitting up there, burning candles in the middle of a pentagram. I mean, obviously your daughter's practicing witchcraft, but like it's like she encouraged me to do it. But then when I actually started doing it, she got scared and grabbed a Bible and was like, have you been reading the Bible? It's like, what in the world? It's just insane. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And I think that spiritually gifted people were sent here by God is what I will tell you. Oh, so they removed it, Mary Lee. So have you read it, or has it not been released? I just don't believe in it. I do believe that I do believe in deities, though. I would never disrespect Jesus Christ. I would never disrespect, any deity. I wouldn't. Okay. And then also, I'm going to tell y'all something. I think that one of the biggest habits in being a Christian is being disrespectful to deities like the devil. Now, the devil does want to be seen as a deity, and I believe that the devil is a deity. And so I don't disrespect all deities. And so I think it teaches you to always condemn the devil. So therefore, you're always in a spiritual war with the devil. So I think that religious people and Christian people conjure the devil all the time. And I even have a habit of doing it. I even have a habit of doing it. I was raised religious, you guys. So that's why I'm talking about this, because I'm trying to purge that blockage, because it's a blockage. It was a blockage for many of us. It was used to disempower us. Lots of our family members were killed in the name of religion. A lot of witches were killed in the name of religion. Children, fathers, mothers. It's been a very bloody thing, and I really do. Here's what I want to tell you. I think that they won't stop. I don't think it ever stops. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's comforting. Obviously, there's gonna need to be some. Yeah, Jesus makes it comfortable to sit and watch people dash children with rocks. Oh my God, that person is over there dashing that baby with a rock. Oh my God, it sounds like it's suffering. It's okay, child. Just look to Jesus. What? Turn the other cheek and look to Jesus. Like something. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but my spidey senses is going off. It just okay. Okay. So, not saying that Jesus is the bad guy, because I believe that Jesus is an angel. Okay. I think that he represents also Archangel Michael. So, but I still kind of think it's like, I don't know though. Like, I'm kind of a doubt. And if you have any doubt, you can't. I got way too much doubt in that religion, and I'm sorry. Like, okay, yeah, let's be comforted, as you hear a child, get gashed to death. Yeah, let's be, comforted. No, like, I wouldn't be comforted. I would turn away from Jesus and go and stop that person from dashing that child with a rock. That's what I would do. Because it's not like they said, oh, we must go kill everybody of the infidels or whatever it was. I don't even really know the Bible story, because they like, Jamila, go read about who they killed. Those people were bad. But it only tells you that they're bad because the Bible says they were bad. How do you really know they were bad? I've had people convince other people that I'm a bad person and I'm not. So in other words, they talked about Jesus too, right? So in the book of Enoch, it says the humans endowed with the knowledge of the stars shall not be judged. Oh, yeah, judgment doesn't feel very good. Trust me, I've trust me, I've been crucified and laid to rest and came back 3 days later, just like Jesus. I was resurrected on the third day. Okay. But it's still, I don't even think Jesus even believes in that. I mean, of course, Jesus would believe in himself, but I don't even think, like, is Jesus going to say, go ahead and dash that baby with, I can't. And they said that he's the son of God. And God is good. God is good. Praise her, him, whatever gender you want to put on it. Praise him, her. Okay. Mm-hmm. So there's a difference, Orion's daughter. They got a teachings of Jesus, and then the Bible is the full version. I thought that the Bible included the teachings of Jesus. Okay. Well, it's interesting conversation, but I'm just telling you that some of these religious fanatics, they'll take the Bible literally, and then they'll go out and seek to kill and destroy innocent people. And I just, okay, so it's separate. Okay. Okay. Well, because I don't have no problem with Jesus. Like I said, I feel like people like Jesus Christ, Michael Jackson, Kanika Jenkins, all of these are gods and deities. Whitney Houston, they're all gods and deities. Shiva is a god. Okay. So I'm a polytheist. Okay. So, and so I can't really get down with the Bible because I would be condemned, because they're like, well, you believe in other gods. And it's like, well, yeah, I do. I believe myself to be a god. And, they'll throw me up out of the church. So are you saying that when Christians get together and do witch hunts, that it's actually the devil or Satan that's making them do that? Or is it God? Which one is it? What the hell did you just write? I am loving this troll called Jesus Christ is the only way. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I think that, like, it's just crazy, like, watching that movie, though, because I'm telling you, and that, like, y'all ain't noticed the theme of a lot of these movies is where these people will be reading the Bible and they'll take it literally, like, hi, I must kill my child. I've got to go kill Carrie because she is of sin. It's like, what? Like, nah, I don't think you need to do that, lady. Mhm. Like, no, I think there's a much more peaceful way of dealing with this. Like, what? Go and drink some warm milk. She needs some. You know what Carrie's problem? Carrie's mother's problem was that lady needed some milk. Get her some milk. Put her some honey and some cinnamon up in there. What is wrong with this lady? But it happens. Andrea Yates did it throughout history. It's happened. And that's all we see is child sacrifice these days everywhere. They don't even bother to put the little kids on milk cartons anymore. They have the kids up at Walmart like a lineup, where you can see all these kids that are just missing locally. It's like, whoa. Hi. Did you? Exciting. I love doing picture readings. I love looking at like I was doing a series on that, and I might record one tonight because they're really fun. I like looking at pictures that people have taken, sometimes random pictures that people will show that are not even ghost pictures. I'll see orbs and ghosts in them. And people won't even see it. They'll just be like, oh, look at this picture of me on vacation and, wherever they're at, in Jamaica. And it's like, you don't see that spirit right there. My Christian family doesn't like that I saw it. Mm, yeah. Go with your instincts then, Josh. Go with your instincts. Nashida, I've never watched that movie. I need to see that then. I need to see that because I've watched a couple of documentaries and I was absolutely sickened by it. I was just jaw dropped, when you see stuff like that in that ignorance. And I think that probably their main concern though would be evil witches. But then again, evil witches are still children of God. They probably just need exorcisms. So if you think about it, a lot of times it makes no sense because they'll say, oh, well, we're children of God. But then when somebody starts acting like crazy, wants to murder people, is being very sadistic, they can't see that that person is possessed spiritually. So what is the church really doing? Are they actually helping people? I wouldn't mind working with the church to help more people, but so for you to say, well, this is an evil witch and she casted an evil spell, well, how do you know that that evil witch is not possessed by the devil? So are you supposed to just kill an innocent soul like that? Like, I just, for me, I look at individual suffering, not as a group. Many of us have a herd mentality. It's like, well, just think of it this way. We've got this crazy religion that was forced upon us, and only a certain thousand of us die. So don't worry about it. And I'm sitting up here thinking, but that don't seem right to me. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm going through ascension right now. It feels very, very weird. It's almost like riding a wave or something. And I've been feeling this way for like the past 3 days. So I've been doing a lot of meditating and getting a lot of rest. Really, the only thing you can do is just spiritual cleanses and get rest. But I got to do an internal cleanse, y'all. My body needs herbs and juices. I'm gonna do a juice cleanse. Okay, I could start now where I just start drinking a bunch of apple juice and stuff. I'm gonna go to the grocery store but I'm gonna go into an even more intense one and when I move. But I'm still gonna like eat food. You know? But it's good to give your body that those vitamins and stuff, and then allow your digestive system to get a rest and clean itself out. And I'm also going to have a colonic as well. I've been wanting to go and get one of those colon cleanses as well because I think that good. I think that fear and the negativity and stuff, I think that it binds up your bowels, it binds up your heart. it just creates a lot of stress receptors, you know. And so I'm definitely going to hire a massage therapist. Those, you know, and so and I may even go see a chiropractor or something because I feel like I need an adjustment or something because it just it's hard. I feel like people make life harder. I feel like life does not have to be so damn complicated. But since life is complicated and I'm I'm definitely tapped in, you know, I can feel what everybody's feeling. That's just like, okay, the holidays are coming up. Oh, I got to go to the store and do all this stuff. And it, you know how holidays can be so stressful. Why does it have to be stressful? Maybe you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing if it's stressing you. You know, so I think people have a tendency to, for some reason, and so I can feel everybody's stress around the holidays. It's like, would y'all chill out? Chill out now. Chill out, family. I'm gonna have to do a cleanse. I'm gonna have to do another cleanse on myself. By the way, guys, I gotta come talk to y'all about this love work, and I want to talk about witchcraft a little bit later. Right now, we want to talk about what religion is doing to folks, okay? Because I don't want to see nobody else die because of that. It's like, come on, like, and Carrie had a very good spiritual gift. She had telekinesis, man. Like I would have loved to have had her on my team. A witch that's telekinetic, that can move objects and you know with her mind. That's a very good spiritual gift to have. Okay, and it's like a marvel type of thing. It's miraculous, you know. Why would we be doing something to hurt that person? You know, that makes no sense to me. Now, if that person was flinging buses and cars everywhere and knocking airplanes out the sky, then okay, we need to. And I do believe that the CIA got those people contained. I believe it, y'all. I believe that the CIA, I believe that they and other government agencies, I believe that they have people held in containment that have very powerful spiritual gifts and they have to keep them contained. That's what I think. Okay. Yeah, but she could have like used those gifts for other things. I know that if you're telekinetic, if you have telekinesis, you ain't even got to worry about your spells working. Of course, your spells are gonna work. You have the power of telekinesis, and you know, and the same thing for people that are telepathic. Um, some people that have more than one spiritual gift, you know, and so it's important to keep a hold of those spiritual gifts because guess what? You can become a puppet. You can become easily manipulated when you have spiritual gifts. So you have to learn how to keep control of yourself and whatever it is that you know going through. So yeah. And then, okay, for example, Carrie's mother freaked out when Carrie started her period. Lady, this is a biological process in life that every woman has to go through. This lady freaked out. Oh, and I know that those boys, they can smell it. Like, what the hell? This lady needs some help. She needs to chill out, yo. Okay. Yeah, X-Men was a great movie. I agree. I ain't seen it in years though. I used to be able to watch movies over and over again. I can't do that no more. Like if it's I might watch like X-Men Part 1 or something. You think fear motivates people? I agree because I can feel everybody, and I wish that it didn't. I wish that it didn't. I've been feeling a lot of people in their anxiety. I've been feeling, people suffering through heartbreak, confusion. Um, I wish that sometimes I wish that I was not an empath because for some reason people are extra stressed out this holiday season. For some reason people are stressed. Like, why are you stressed out? What's stressful about it? And I be telling y'all, I mean, you can't get enough of them Epsom salt baths. I be telling y'all to get in them, but I gotta take me a bath, y'all. It's been a couple of days since I've taken one. Mm-hmm. Well, the reality is that you're only supposed to control only your environment. That's the reality with that. Really trying to control others is a never-ending battle, which is why, they say that God gave us free will. So, y'all know how that is. Anyway, oh y'all, I've been doing rituals for clients, so that's why I haven't really been here with the readings because when I do work for you guys, there is a certain amount of rest that I have to get prior to it, so I don't push myself. I I did have a reading scheduled for today, but she had rescheduled. But I will do one or two readings while I'm doing work for you, but mainly it's important to get rest when I'm doing, spiritual work for you guys. So, and for some reason, spirit is leading me to do like some sort of cleanse. And so, of course, I'm going to lose weight, of course, but that's not the main point of it. The main point of it is just to feel good, well, and to look good. So I want to do that, and just making sure it's good. It's very good to make sure you drink plenty of water, and give plenty of vitamin C. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm going to start taking better care of my hair because I used to use Ayurvedic treatments on my hair and, my hair. But for some reason, that mineral oil, y'all, I've been anointing my scalp with just the mineral oil that not like baby oil, but mineral oil, which is like a laxative. And then also castor oil. So castor oil and mineral oil really are really good. For some reason, it's been growing the heck out of my hair. I think because it's been causing it to not break. But for some reason, my hair is just really, really thick and strong. And I'm so tempted to go and have it silk pressed and cut. I'm very tempted to do that, even though I don't want to because I don't want to have any heat damage. But, it just I've been looking at those silk press videos, y'all, on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I've been and today spirit was trying to get me to sleep longer. If I didn't have to get up with Jacob, I would have slept for probably at least a few more hours. So, but that's one of the little things about being a mother is that sometimes you lose sleep. You know, I'm thinking about taking me a little bit. I like to take them. The melatonins are really good too. Okay, like a lot of y'all when y'all start feeling very anxious. Now I've got some herbal tea over here. I need to have a tea and tarot time. I think I'm gonna do a tea and tarot time tomorrow for you guys because I do have some tea with me. It's a nighttime relaxing tea. But y'all know y'all can drink that at any time for real. It may not necessarily make you go to sleep. This one that I got has chamomile and hops in it. So hops is really good. It's got a couple of other herbs in it. The herbs are going to be really, really good right now, especially for tension and stress. And then kava. Kava is very good for relieving tension and stress. So I could just feel that I don't know why. And then, being in this extended stay, there's a lot of, intense, people with intense emotions around here. So like yesterday, I put some of that Georgia white dirt in front of the door, and it filtered out a lot of that negative energy. And I sage up in here. I sure do. I sage. You better. I ain't trying to get caught up with no bad spirits. Yeah, man. Oh my God. And I FaceTime. Well, not FaceTimed. Thank you, Mary Lee. You're so sweet. I FaceTimed with my daughter and my grandbaby today. And that little girl, every time she sees me, it's like she still knows me, because I was like, what if she forgets me? And she's talking to me and everything. So yeah, being a grandma can make you lose some sleep too, but I don't know why when that little girl was born, I had so much anxiety, y'all. Oh Lord, I had to go across the street to the pharmacy across the street, and I had to get chewable kavas from the just to calm me down. I was just and it was so bizarre, and so I think that it just so happened to at that time it had nothing to do with her, but the day she was born was pretty significant. It was raining pretty hard that day. Of course, I was in the delivery room with my daughter, which was a trip. It was the first time I had ever saw a baby born besides my own. And I was very lucky to be able to have witnessed that. It was an amazing experience. My granddaughter, she is just so full of life, it just, it's not that you feed off of kids, but it's like they got so much energy, and her energy is just so, and she's looking more and more like me every single day. It's weird. My daughter said everybody tells her that she looks like her grandma. She's a combo baby though. I can see myself in her, I can see his mother in her, I can see some of her dad's family in her. So she's like, and then I can also see my grandmother. So she's very, very spirited and protected, because she's protected by her mommy and her grandmommy. So yeah, I am a grandma. I'm a 42-year-old grandma. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Orion's daughter? Orion's daughter said my prediction about child support came true. The human resources lady said they are on the case. I know that's right. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. It was fun talking to y'all this evening. Um, Here's what I want to say in closing about religion, though. I think that it is meant for us to move beyond that time period. I feel as though the reason why people hold on to it is because it is an old tradition in many families. But I feel as though that tradition can either do good by your family or harm your family. For example, if you are a Black person, okay, that religion, and very arguably makes a lot of sense that that religion was used to hold you captive and keep you enslaved and to put your people at a disadvantage. Okay, so this knowing this, what ends up happening is that the gods begin to clash. So those gods, because I do believe it's got to be a God behind that religion. Absolutely. For it to be that powerful, yeah, there is a God behind it. But I'm a polytheist again. So I think that, you know, why not? Is it okay to rewrite it? But see, then people will still hold on to the old. So what I feel as though, and what's sad about it is that even within your family, religious people are killing each other off. They are. And y'all can tell. Y'all can tell. They killing each other off. That's all it is. They're gonna do a self-fulfilling prophecy. So what they'll do is they will try to create a hell for you. Now we all know there's a such thing as personal hells that a person can be in, but again, those things are very personal. So if you feel like you're in a personal hell, you don't necessarily need that religion's permission to get out of it, is what I'm saying. So, you got to really think about it, because those gods will start to clash, and then your ancestors will start to clash, and then your spirits will start to say, hey, and because in some families, religion hurts the family. Depends on what side of the coin you're on. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. Even in rich families, even in very rich families, very wealthy families, religion can still be harmful. Let's not forget that just because you have money doesn't mean that everything is going to be perfect and you're not going to be happy all the time. Hence why I have celeb clients and why I have clientele, because spirits are going to come up at any time. And I think that instead of being enemies, I think that people should join hands together instead of going against each other. This is what should be happening in families. No, instead, what you got is your religious, great grandmother or your religious mother, judging you and wishing, bad things upon you, and essentially using witchcraft on you under the guise of religion, making things harder for you, making things more of a burden for you. And it just makes no sense to me. That's all I'm saying. And again, there are a lot of people that will take account of, the religious people in their family, the things that they've noticed about religion around them, and they can honestly say that religion was a dysfunction in my family, because instead of them taking the high road, they took more of the low road when it came to that. And for me, and as far as with my family, I want to say that religion necessarily hurt my family, but it definitely did limit them a whole lot. So then that's when there will be a lot of limitations that will be set on your bloodline. And I feel that particular God could limit you a lot, which is why a lot of people are upset and hate God, because they feel like God did this to me. I had all this bad luck, and it's like, no, that's okay. Yeah, just stay focused on whatever your goals are, and you will reach your goals in life. You can't just blame God all of a sudden. What label are you putting on God? And then who is God? Who is God really? Do they really know? Is God going to tell you that sex with your husband or your boyfriend, which is it's an act of nature, essentially, is what it is, for that God to tell you that, this is sinful and you should kill yourself and kill this person, and by the way, go kill your kids too, because they were created in sin. I just kind of, feel like, okay, well, if you say kill or murder, maybe you're meaning that in a more metaphorical way. But then again, the way that your parents see things is that, I mean, we're in a new age. So We've been in a new age probably since the 60s and 70s. So, okay. I believe those ancestors are coming back to bed hard, to bed hard. Witchcraft and spirituality is on the rise. Yeah, and there was actually an article about, especially more melanated women are practicing and walking away from the churches and stuff, or maybe even practicing in the church, because some people just like church. I know that I've never felt some no type of way at church. I do know that when I go there, I do every time I go to church, I feel like crying and I just sit and cry. And I do feel better afterwards. Like if it was anything on my mind, I would feel better afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not discounting it at all, but I think that there needs to be some common sense, or maybe we need to, maybe the pastors and maybe they need to be interpreted in a different way, but you're always going to have your religious nuts that are going to be blowing up buildings and feeling like they should do a witch hunt on people that practice reiki, or you know uh, use tarot cards. I think that that's a bit ridiculous in my opinion. So anyway, guys, I gotta go. I have ran out of things to say. Love and light to you all. Peace and love to you all. Blessings to you all. And I will see y'all later. Okay.